Alright, Section 3, the Bulge. The tallest part of TEL 022, Section 3, houses on-site accommodation arranged in an amphitheater formation, with dormitories and wash stations around the outside, and a central mess hall and an accompanying kitchen. The seabed below this part of the tunnel is particularly unstable. The contents of this section are built on raised platforms. Care is to be taken when ascending and descending the levels, as the flooring is steep, uneven, and missing in places. What is this place? Parasitic infestations have been previously recorded. Personnel are recommended to keep their distance from bed linen and/or any remaining soft furnishings. Please refrain from tampering with the personnel lockers contained in the dormitories. Check panic before proceeding to the next section. Wow, this is a huge section. All right, let's hear what the previous Lamplighter had to say.
Section 3A.
I'm not alone down here. As soon as I entered this section, I could see the light. I skirted the outside of the bunks, one hand on the revolver, and then, "Come to the light," a voice said. "Come to the light." And that echoed. Somehow it feels like a lifetime since I heard another human voice. You know, these modules have all been playing so far. No recordings. I miss my family. Sounds stupid. I have this strange feeling, this urgency to see them, to see the daylight. I approached the mess hall. A sorry sight. These people, they're sick, filthy, ragged skin, saggy in some places and taut in others. Something off about the skin, like there's trouble beneath. Personnel? I asked. No, they don't know. They don't know anything. There's one with something on his face, like a ridge of bone growing from his top lip over his cheek and into his eye socket. He was talking excitedly, but the words tripped over each other. Something broken inside, like when the batteries start to go in my kid's toy. Mouth lost to the teeth, that's what he kept saying. All of them going on and on about me taking them deep. I just told them I'd go on and find help. The sight of them, I just feel disgust. I feel it aching in me.
Section 3B.
Lights up.
Intruders detected. Lamplighter Quinn, you have clearance to call.
Is this Ari? Is this Ari? They're just survivors.
Do not be fooled. They are raiders. They are conspiring to hurt you. You will need to pull the trigger harder than you expect. Section 3B.
If he had just stopped moaning those words, he was clinging to me. I could feel the bones. Ari, are you there? The others, they disappeared after the shot. Can you hear me? Ari, can you hear me? Please.
Dang. That is intense. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I too can see the light of, looks like maybe a lantern or some sort of device that emits a small amount of light. And I can see that inside the area around the bunks. I'm hesitant to go towards the light, so I may try to skirt the light and just try to make my way over to the power generator. But let's take some notes about what we learned just now. So we know that according to the Bulge instructions, there are some parasitic infections around. So And then we also know there are people with deformities of some sort. Probably from those particles, those beamish particles, I assume. They've been somehow affected by those beamish particles. Because I know that it said that they were that it can cause growths and things on people's bodies. So that's interesting. And then when he turned the lights on, Ari came on, and Ari sounded different to him than it did from me. So I wonder if Ari tailors their voice to match the person interacting with them. I wonder if, like, for some whatever reason, maybe that particular Lamplighter responds better to a female voice, whereas maybe I respond better to a male voice. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. Okay, well, so we know there are lockers around that we'll need to check. And I may look and see if we can find either some patches for our damaged suit, or perhaps I can just find a whole new suit. Now, I know it says, refrain from tampering with the personnel lockers. Pfft, trick that, yo. I'm tampering the heck out of it. I'm going to try to find a way to repair my suit, get back to the full armor of the suit there. So, other than those few things, now Ari did try to convince him to kill these people for some reason. So, that's interesting. I wonder why. Ugh. I think he's going a little mad too. I don't think he was able to get his panic down like I was. All right, so I'm going to, I guess I'm going to try to sneak around around the lighted section, because the section here in the middle is where I can see the lights. I'm gonna try to sneak around this edge section and see if I can get to the lockers without them seeing me. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I do have my flashlight on, unfortunately. So I'm gonna say, do the people with the lights see the light of my flashlight? 87, which would be a 37. 37. Yes. They see me as I'm walking towards the lockers, and they call out to me, "Hey, you over there. Come into the light so we may see." Oh, hi, hello. I better roll a fear save, because that is creepy. So I'm gonna roll a fear save with 2d10s, or I can do a d100. That's fine. A 20. Okay, so 20 is below my fear of 32, so I passed. Hello. Hello, my name's Devon. I'm coming over. Are you supposed to be here? I was told that there shouldn't be anyone here, and that you may be trespassing. Please, don't try anything. I am armed. We just want to go deeper. Help us to go deeper. Oh, snap. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to do an intellect. I'm going to walk on over to them, and when I walk up to the people and I can see them in the light of their lanterns, the previous lamplighter was correct. They're all disheveled, dirty. Their clothes are in rags. In fact, some of the rags that they're wearing look very similar to the rags that we saw back in the other section, hanging over in the rafters. And So yeah, they are just in a pitiful shape. A lot of them, like you mentioned, they have skin deformities, weird protrusions coming out of of different places in their body, like bony protrusions in their face, in their hands. Some of them have extra fingers. Some of them have strange bumps and lumps on their chest or in their shoulders. It all appears to be, just from what I can see, it all looks like adult. Like, I don't see any kids, so I don't think people are like living in here like a colony. It looks like all adults. Although some people are just completely deformed to the point where I can't really tell what is going on. So I'm going to make a sanity check because this is beyond reality here. So I'm going to roll a d20 for my sanity. And oof, I got a 70. Jeez. So I failed. So I'm going to take another stress. And just seeing these deformities, it just really cracks my sense of reality, and the beamish particles are what I assume is doing this to these people. And so yeah, they look to be in a really, really rough shape. Help us to go deeper. I don't want any trouble. I just want to do my job, which is to turn on the lights and get out of here. No, don't turn on the lights. We like the dark. The voices speak to us in the light, in the darkness. Silence. I have a job to do, and the job is to turn on the lights. And so I'm going to start backing away from them. I have my revolver in my hand, and I'm loosely pointing it toward them. I'm not like aiming at them. I just have it kind of at the ready, as a warning to them that, don't mess with me, kind of thing. But I don't want to shoot them. Like, I really don't. I don't want to kill people. I've never killed a person before. The thought of killing someone is just abhorrent to me. So the fact that Ari told the previous Lamplighter to kill these people is strange. But so far, he didn't say anything like that to me in the previous section. However, who knows what Ari has planned here. So I'm going to back away. Are they going to let me back away, or are they going to try to follow me as I back away from them? Do they try to follow me? 49. Oh. Yes. They, 2 or 3 of the people kind of shamble after me. They don't seem to be trying to stop me from doing things at this moment. They just seem to be like, and they stay like, one of them grabs the lantern, but he kind of stays like at the edge of the light so that he can still see me and see what I'm doing, but I can just barely, he can just barely see me in the pool of light cast by the lantern. But yeah, there's 3 of them, and one of them does have a crowbar in his hands. The other 2 seem to be unarmed. So I'm just going to keep an eye on them right quick, and I'm going to make my way back to the storage lockers, and I'm kind of like, I keep glancing back at them to see if they are reacting to me in any way, but so far they seem to not be. I'm going to try to search one of the lockers. When I search the lockers, do they try to stop me? 96, which is a 46. Uh-oh. Yes. When I start poking around at the lockers, they get very agitated. They're like, "Stop what you're doing. That's ours. This is ours, not yours." So I immediately take my hands away and had my hands kind of like up in like a placating gesture, like, okay, sorry. I won't mess with your things. And so I start making my way around the edge of the platform towards the power generation system in the darkness. And I'm going to start making my way over there. Do I have trouble navigate, or I'm just going to roll, instead of asking the Oracle, I'm just going to roll a speed check to see if I can navigate the up and down platforms, the ramps, and the missing stairs and things without any trouble. So I'm going to do a speed check, which is 40, and I do have 0G, which helps me in my suit, but I do have to roll disadvantage, unfortunately. So I get a 50. So I'm going to roll 2 D100s. Ooh, that's a fail. A big fail, 92. All right, well. So as I'm moving across the platforms here, let me get back to that page here. As I'm moving across these platforms, there's a set of stairs that I am trying to walk down, and one of the stairs is missing, but I'm keeping my flashlight turned foolishly towards the people who are still kind of shambling after me. Not like chasing me, they're just following me. And while I'm looking back at them, I miss my footing on one of the missing steps, and I take a little bit of a stumble. And that's going to increase my my stress. I'm going to try to like catch myself, and if I don't catch myself, I'm going to take some damage from a fall. So I'm going to do another speed check at a disadvantage once again. Yep, I did not catch myself. 61 is another failure. So I'm going to go ahead and increase my stress again, and I'm going to roll a 1d3 of damage from a fall down the stairs there. Oof, 3 damage. Dang. Okay. And now my health is down to 17. So I stumble down the flight of stairs, and I drop one of my flashlights that I was holding in my hand, and it falls and tumbles into the darkness below. I could probably go down and try to find it, but since I have another flashlight, I'm just gonna let it go. I don't care. I'm gonna let it go. I get banged up pretty bad from the fall, but it feels like nothing is broken. I kind of feel over myself, and I try to ease myself back up to my feet and test my ankles, and it feels like I'm okay. Just a little bruised, a little beat, just a little bit from the fall. I hear a little bit of a chuckle from the creepers following me. All right, as I make my way further towards so I took a fall, and let's see, also the Intruders, Talk of the Deep. They prevent me from looking in the lockers. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. Do they try to stop me from interacting with the power generation? I'm going to try to turn on the lights. Are they going to try to stop me? 13. Okay. That's going to be a negative, I think. Yes. So whenever I start messing with the power generator, they start shambling back towards where their like bedding area was. So they're on their way back to their living quarters without trying to stop me. So I'm going to take an intellect check now with the mechanical repair. So that's going to be a 56. I don't have disadvantage on this. So I'm going to roll for repairing the power generator and turning the lights back on. Oh, for Christ's sake. All right, I failed. and so I gain another stress. However, it does fire back up, but there's a bit of a like a little bit of an arc that came from a loose wire or something, and it gives me another 1d3 shock damage. Only 1 damage, but that's one too many. So now I'm down to 16 health. All right. So I go to turn that on and God dang it. I was trying to hurry, and worried about them sneaking back up on me. But I did get the lights on, but it caused myself a little bit of shock damage there. So the lights come on, and I hear like from the distance of them, like they're kind of like not screaming or anything, but like a bunch of moans like in unison. And there's probably 20 or 30 people there. Like I can't really see how many there are because they're all crowded up in a crowd there, and some of them are kind of out of sight in some of the little dormitories. But I just hear like this moaning and it's just very disturbing. And then I hear suddenly Ari come back over the loudspeakers.
Don't touch the Devon.
Don't touch the
Devon, there are intruders present.
Hello, Ari. Yes, there are intruders present. But they don't seem to be doing anything, so I'm going to leave them alone.
Devon, please follow protocol and remove the intruders.
I can't do that, Ari. Sorry, I cannot. I will not be a part of that. That's not part of my job. I'm here to turn on the lights, and that's what I'm doing. I'm turning on the lights. I'm not getting involved in this dispute between these people and the company. That's none of my business. It's none of my problem. I'm going to move on.
Devon, you are making a mistake.
I'm making a mistake. Ari, go to hell.
Project Helmuth is classified.
I'm out of here. All right, so I'm going to do another panic check. My stress is up to 6 now, so I'm going to roll my d20. Hopefully I get over a 6. Yes, good. 9. All right, so I didn't panic. I'm just going to leave. Do the people who are here in the room, or does Ari, either one, do they try to stop me? Oh, shoot. 24. What is that? No. High activity civilization labor. But when I start opening the door, they don't try to stop me, but they all start to clamor towards the door, like they're like gonna try to either like convince me to not go or try to follow me. I'm not exactly sure. Like they all start shambling in their grotesque, deformed, tripping and falling way towards me, and I generally am very uncomfortable by that. And so I'm going to make another fear save to see if I can. Oh shoot! Dang! So I gained another stress from them and their crazy antics. But I make it through the door, and I close the door behind me. And they, as far as I can tell, they're not trying to follow me into this section. Thank you for watching Mothership, Module 1000 Empty Light. Next episode, we'll be moving on into the next section. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.